hello. Welcome. Come in. This is Tamika's Den. I am Tamika. Get on in here, y'all. Get on in here. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. You are now in the den. So, guys, this is my review recap for Love After Lockup, Life After Lockup, season finale. Finally, child, we are at the end of the road, okay? This is Red Flag, season 4, episode 22. I thought we would never get here, okay? We're at the end of the road, and I can't let go. Get the hell out of here and don't come back no more, okay? That is what I want to say to them all. Stay away. No more Life After Lockup. No more Love After Lockup. It's a wrap, okay? So let's go ahead and get into this episode, guys. Now, we basically are going to start off with Chance and Taylor. They are doing their gender reveal. You know, they asking the girls what they want, and they basically saying, you know, at the rate we going, we ain't going to have no more daggone pink, because it looked like, you know, that's what the girls is going for. You know, Taylor says that they are going to, you know, she's asking him how much he spent, because he's over here with this blue jacket and this pink jacket, child. And she was like, you know, you still going crazy with the money. I don't know what the heck you doing. You know, of course, that's going to be a concern for me. And he's saying, you know, don't worry about the price. That it makes him mad when, you know, she continuously asks him how much something costs. And he over here talking about it was $150 a piece. And I said, for what? Because that damn thing didn't even look like it should be $20 a piece. I'm sorry. So, you know, he over here talking about, don't worry about it. They got it, whatever have you. It looks real nice. And he's saying how, you know, he still got this on his mind of whether this is his kid or not. And she was like, are you kidding me? You know, you better not bring this up when we get out here to this gender reveal. That would really, really irritate the hell out of me if you do. And so basically, you know, he says that he has to make this run and he'll be back. And he got ahead to leave. And, you know, I'm just like, Chance is trash. I don't know how she ever saw any appeal in this daggone man, seriously. But, you know, to each their own. And as he's checking the mail, he's talking about, you know, being anxious. You know, Taylor's talking about being stressed out, that they don't need any more on their plate and all of that kind of stuff, right? And he's going through the mail and he sees that one of the things is, you know, the paternity test. Of course, they got to make it all freaking, you know, just over the top or whatever. Oh, I gotta know. And then he's opening it and we don't see the results. And he talking about some old boy like it would devastate him if it's not his baby and all of this crap. And he drives off, goes, you know, he don't know if he will ever be able to face Taylor again. And he goes and he drives off. So, you know, we see Taylor preparing everything at the daggone reveal. Now people are starting to show up. We see that her parents are there. And she's just like, Taylor, you know, she's saying Chance just disappeared or whatever, right? And he didn't say where he was going. And she's trying to get this stuff together. And in the meantime, you know, Chance is still over here talking about he feels like he's doing something illegal. I said, maybe because you know that you're bull crapping and you really didn't need to have this test done to know that this was your daggone child. And, you know, basically he finally shows up at the reveal. And, you know, she was saying how she's nervous for Bobby and her parents to be together because she know they don't really get along. And, you know, Chance comes over asking her father how he's doing and all of that and saying, you know, what do y'all want the baby to be? And they basically was saying that they wanted a boy and girl. Well, the father said he wanted a boy and girl. And Chance was like, oh boy, twins, you know, I don't know about all of that. And so then he goes over to Taylor and he's like, you know, we got to have this discussion. Can you step away for a minute? And she's like, sure. So she goes over there with him and he basically says, I got the results. You're definitely the mother. You know, of course, he want to try to make a damn joke about it. And then he basically tells her, you know, it is 99.999% mine. And so she's like, yeah, do you feel like I asked now for you even bringing this up and making me, you know, get this test in the first place? And of course, he wants to play it off and say, yeah, he's feeling bad that he put her through that. But he does feel closure and feel better now that he knows the truth. And she's saying that their relationship can be better now going forward now that he knows and he don't have to bring it up anymore. And so he's telling them, you know, well, first of all, his boss comes. And his boss got on a daggone jacket, child, that basically was a blue jacket with pink writing saying, I'm going to this party to find out their sex or to see the sex or something along them lines. And he had on one blue sneaker and one pink sneaker. Okay, he was all in with it, right? Seemed very supportive. And Bobby comes at the same time, and of course the girls are happy to see her. And Bobby was just saying that she decided to, go ahead and be there for her, and she's not gonna leave for her trip to Arizona to that night. So I thought that was cute. And Taylor's asking Bobby if she's gonna go over and talk to their dad or whatever the case may be, right? And she said probably in a little bit. And so Chance pulls them all over like, we gonna go ahead and see what's going on with this baby is gonna be. Child, this man done rented out a damn airplane, okay? I don't know how much that cost, but he's like, look at those clouds. What are they saying, right? Y'all want to know what the baby is. And we see this airplane go past what is an a boy sign. So she is having a boy, and I hope that she can have, a safe delivery, because I know how, she struggled with the pregnancies and how she was saying that the one that she did lose was a boy. So that was something that she was both excited and scared about. But nonetheless, Taylor finally does walk over near her. I should say Bobby does, eventually walk over near the father, right? Because Taylor was like, just walk, past him or near him or whatever and see if he says anything to you. And when she walks over there, he does end up saying, can I talk to you for a minute? And he basically starts to say how, he did the best he could as far as when they was growing up. And Bobby was saying to him, like, I appreciate you, and I love you. And I know that you probably did do the best that you could do, right? But there was times when we was little kids and we really needed you to be there. And you wasn't there, and you would say you was coming and you wouldn't come. You would leave us waiting and all that different kind of stuff. And then later in life, when we got older, we just kind of got separated even more. And I felt like when I was going through my struggles and I needed you to be there, you wasn't there. And he was saying it was hard for him to basically see her and know that, she was ODing and that he could possibly end up losing her and things of that nature. He really didn't want to see her that way. So it seems like they was able to make somewhat of an amends. He was telling her he just wants her to be happy. And then she was like, she know. And she says, well, she tells him about the Arizona and that she's going to be leaving tonight and that she feels like that's what's best for her to be able to move on and, do the things that she want to do and get to the place that she needs to be in life, that if she keeps staying there, and she might not work out too good for her. So he was saying that he understands that and that he's happy for her. And then when she came over to the table, she just was kind of including everybody else into the discussion and letting them know that she was going to be leaving. And here go Chance getting up with his phony behind, trying to give her a hug and tell her to call him if she needs anything. Chance, I'm pretty sure that you're going to be the last person she decides to call if she needs anything. But nonetheless, we get to Deontay and Lindsay. Deontay and Lindsay, she decides she's going to apologize to him, that she didn't like the way things, ended, and that, he just didn't make her happy, but now all of a sudden Blaine does. And this was just giving me fake and phony, okay? That's what it was giving. I don't know. That's just what it was. And I gotta be honest, okay? And he says she never gave him the chance to make her happy. She just kind of did what she was going to do. And he was like, come on, be honest. Tell me the real deal now. Were you messing with Blaine all this time? And she says, no, she never did. She was like, there were definitely feelings there, but they never acted on them. And she basically tries to give him back his little laptop or tablet, whatever the heck it was. And he was saying, no, I want you to have something for me that means something, something that can actually be of use to you and can help you with your future. Just keep it, okay? It's brand new. And I just was like, Deontay, really? I'd have snatched that damn thing out her hand so fast, but whatever. And they have this hug and she's telling him, because he was like, stuff like this always happens to me. He's so hurt, he's so empty, he's so defeated right now, broken and defeated. And she was like, love yourself first, right? And if you love yourself and you find happiness within yourself, then you'll be able to find it with somebody else. I said, well, Lindsay dropping a little knowledge there or whatever, right? And she's telling him that she promises him, that this will happen. And so they give each other a hug. And then she go get in the daggone, call with, Blaine. And she's basically saying, like in the confessional to the camera to us, that she fell in love with this Deontay, right? This was the person she fell in love with. This was the person that she liked. and this was her best friend. I'm like, yeah, girl, whatever. And so not 2 seconds after that, she jumps in the car with Blaine, and he's like, so is it officially over? It's done? You took care of everything? You got everything off your chest you wanted to get off? And she's basically like, yeah. And then they start kissing. I say, y'all couldn't even wait to drive off from the damn house? Like, okay, y'all, and then we just see her fishing with her daughter, hanging out with her. Her daughter's kind of like, so you with Blaine now? And she's like, yeah. She's like, well, what happened to Deontay? I said, girl, don't even ask, okay? You don't even want to know, child. But she was like, things didn't work out with Deontay. It ended off on a bad note. She was like, yeah, I am with, Blaine for now, whatever the case may be, and they fishing. And she tells her no matter who she's with, she is her priority. She is her number one. She's what she's trying to focus on now. I hope so, Lindsay, okay? You honestly need to. And she basically was saying that, she could lie and act like she didn't have no other feelings for Deontay. But in all reality, if we being, real, that she actually does miss him. So then we see Deontay hanging out with his mother. They cooking in the kitchen, and she asking him how he doing, and he was like, to be honest, Ma, I'm still hurt. I really did love Lindsay. And she was like, well, listen, things happen. We get hurt in life, right? But she was like, maybe you might want to go ahead and try something different, right? Sometimes we gotta mix it up a little bit. And no sooner do she say that, we hear a knock, 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 knocking at the door. And it's somebody named, I think it was Lisa. I didn't even write her daggone name. But we got a new girl there, right? And apparently, his mom works with her mom or whatever. And mama out here trying to do some matchmaking, okay? She got the type that he like. But she was like, she not locked up, all right? She's not an inmate or whatever the case may be. She got a good job. She got good things going on for her. And so he was like, oh, I didn't expect this, And he's basically like, look at my mom out here being a matchmaker. Me and him said it at the same time. And then she's, saying to the camera, like, listen, I need y'all inmates to stay out of his inbox, okay? Karma comes around. But I said, mama, look, you got to get on him too. And you got to tell him not to be, reaching out to nobody, okay? And so he was basically saying that he's not trying to mess with no daggone inmates at all. He's done with them. He's learned his lesson, and that, if he should mess with any inmate, somebody, anybody, please kick his ass. I said, Deontay, don't put that out there, child, because I sure don't mind coming down here to whip your ass, all right? So now we get Poppy and Amber. Amber basically gave TC the pregnancy test. As soon as he came in the door from work, she was asking him how his day was, and he sit down and he like, oh my God, give me a second. Do you have something to drink? Let me get something to drink. And she's like trying to go into the discussion, and he's just still saying, give me a second. And so when he sits down, she kept saying she didn't know what to say. She didn't, even know how to start this conversation. And then we kind of bounce over to Eric and Poppy, where he's asking her if she's okay. And she's like, no, I'm not okay. She was like, my mind, my body, my heart, my, soul, everything is jacked up right now. And she just feels empty and alone. And I really do genuinely feel bad for Poppy. I don't think she's a bad person. I think that she is a person that is, of course, has an addictive life or whatever the case may be, right? And probably suffers with depression amongst other things, and has a little bit of a low self-esteem. But she could get the majority of those things taken care of if she gets, into the right program services, and if she just puts more into herself. And so I really do hope and wish her well that, she could go ahead and make it. And Eric did seem a little concerned, okay? He was just basically saying that he don't know what to do. He can't know what she's feeling because it's not his body. He's never gone through anything like this, right? But he was like, the most important thing is that they're basically there for each other now, and that, he's here with her. And so, he got a point there. That was facts, right? And so she basically says, what are we going to do now? And he was like, what do you mean? What are we going to do now? We're going to be there for each other. But I was kind of feeling like maybe Poppy didn't necessarily want to be there with him anymore. We shall see. But I was basically more so expecting Eric to come with that kind of attitude. So I thought that was interesting. Now, in the meantime, TC does finally sit down And he's telling Amber, like, this is not our deal. I know this is not the way we planned it. You know, I'm almost 40. You know, my kids is almost adults. So, you know what I'm saying? All this different kind of stuff. But hey, this is what it is. So he was like, I guess we will be having a baby. You know, he actually seems like he's starting to get a little excited. He was like, well, maybe it's even going to be a girl. So she had to kind of tell him like, yo, slow down. Okay. She was like, you know, she had to go into the whole thing of what the doctor said about her liver and all of that. She starts crying, and then she kept apologizing to him, and I wasn't really feeling that. I get it. She was feeling a little guilty, but it takes two. Both of y'all laid in the bed. You had no clue that, you know, this situation was going to happen. And at the end of the day, this is your daggone body. So I really didn't get the so much like feeling bad about it. And even he turned and told her like, girl, we both did this. And he was like, you know, we didn't plan it, but this is the situation it is. And we are going to be okay. We're going to get through, you know, through this together. We're going to make it work and all of that kind of stuff. And so, you know, later we see that Amber decides to go for this procedure or whatever. And she's saying that Poppy and her relationship is still not in a good place. So she didn't want to call her up. She says TC can't get off. And then she keeps going into how hard this is on him. I felt like she was more focused on what it was for him than her, you know, at that moment. And we see that Queen, and I'm assuming that's Queen, either brother or friend, I don't know if they ever specified, was basically taking her there. And she was saying how she was going to stay in the hotel that night, and, you know, they were going to be getting the procedure in the morning. So I didn't realize that they had actually drove all the way to daggone Atlanta. And at one point, you know, Queen asked her if she's nervous, and she was like, of course, you know, she basically like, yes, you know. And we see 6 hours later, they were stuck in traffic in North Carolina, and she basically was saying normally she liked road trips, but in this case, you know, she wasn't liking it. And she was like, all she been doing is eating, sleeping, and crying. And so we see that as the morning, you know, before the appointment or whatever, her mom calls and just says, you know, a morning after the appointment, I should say, and, you know, her mom calls and says, like, you didn't have a choice. You had to do what you had to do. And she was checking on her, and she's like, you don't look good. And she's asking her if she spoke to TC, and she was saying no. And so, you know, Amber has a little bit of breakdown, which is understandable. You know, she's saying she's feeling all different kind of emotions, and that, you know, she feels like people are judging her, and people love to talk about, you know, what you can do and what you can't do and what's in the Bible. And she was like, shoot, you know, it's a sin to be judging too. And that kind of TC was making her feel a certain way, and that she knows a lot of people would feel a certain way. But in her situation, this was a really hard and difficult choice that she had to make. Nothing about it was easy, and that if she could have just had the baby, you know, she would have. And so finally we see TC check in on her, and he was just telling her too, like, they had no choice. And she was like, I know. And so then we see, you know, Poppy bring her flowers, and, you know, she tells Poppy everything. And Poppy was like, girl, why didn't you call me? Why didn't you tell me? And listen, again, they both have their issues with them. You know, Amber was able to get on her feet a little quicker and a little better than Poppy was. And outside of this argument that they had, which I really didn't understand that argument and why Poppy went as hard as she did in the first place, I can say that we know they care about each other, and I think she should have confided in Poppy, because Poppy would have understood probably better than anybody, because they were in similar situations. But maybe because they were in similar situations, and she probably thought Poppy was still, you know, feeling down and in her own space, and on top of that, the argument, maybe that's why she didn't reach out, and she was just letting her know, like, girl, I will always be here for you, and I really wish I could have been there for you in the way that you were there for me, or whatever the case may be, right? I feel so bad that this happened, because, you know, one minute she's like, wait, so you're pregnant? And then she's telling her everything that happened, and that she had to go to Georgia because they had told her that literally that same day the law had been changed there, and that, you know what I'm saying, it wasn't legal there. And she was saying she had this letter from her doctor that was saying that it was necessary. Now, see, they didn't show all of that on camera. So at first, when Poppy was saying, Amber was saying, you know, that this was something that she had to go do, I just thought that was a decision that they were making on their own. Like, yes, I understood the part of him saying that there was risk and that this could be hard. It could be a loss So, of her, it could be a loss of the baby, and, her body could go through different things. But I didn't know that the doctor really had got specific with this is what had to be done, right? Or it was going to be a life or death situation. And so things like that do happen, and it is hard. And it was just showing what, a lot of women have to face, and the fact of everything that, is actually going on right now. So in all honesty, even though this season freaking annoyed me, I didn't mind them kind of shedding a light on that. And, now she's crying and she's expressing a lot of the same things that Poppy not too long ago was expressing. And Poppy actually looked a lot more healthy, a lot more happy than when we seen her the last time when she was asking her, how she doing with Eric. She was like, actually, I'm doing pretty good. I'm hanging in there. And Amber was saying to her, like, as far as my family life and, all the rest of it, that's fine. But she was like, as far as how I feel within myself right now, I'm not in a good place. This is really hard. And Poppy was just letting her know, like, I'm here for you. We're going to be here for each other, and we can never let nothing get in the way and have us get in a bad space to where we were before. And then she said to her, well, both of our babies are together. They're both in heaven. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all, that touched me. Okay. She was like, they gonna look out for each other. They got each other and they're okay. And so I was like, all right, I wish Poppy and Amber the best, but please don't come back up here. I'm going to go ahead and get Brittany and Ray out the way because it wasn't much with them. We see that they are getting ready for the wedding. Brittany over here twerking. She nervous and getting butterflies. She says she nervous about everything starting on time. She hope everybody keeps their schedule. We seeing that this is the first night that they have spent together, like separate, I should say, right? They have always slept together in this last year, so it's the first time in a year. He's saying he not feeling well. He went and partied too damn hard. He done got a hangover and got his stomach all messed up. His mom was asking him, like, are you having second thoughts? Is this, what I'm saying, where you might want to change your mind? He like, nah, I definitely want to get married. He's saying how great this wedding gonna be, how fly it's gonna be, how much they put into it and the reception and everything. They're gonna have a good time. He can't wait. But he is feeling a little nervous. So they both getting the nerves, and basically we see them, putting her dress on, putting her makeup on, and she was looking pretty. And she was like, oh, well, this is the dress, for the reception. This is not even the full thing. Okay, she got one get up going on for the wedding, one get up going on for the, reception. Her dad comes and, he's giving her a hug. He's going to walk her down the aisle. He's happy that he's there to be with her, And as he's walking her down the aisle, Ray is just like, she's so beautiful, and they just was really cute and sweet. They say they vows to each other and, they kiss as husband and wife. They jump over the broom and they having their little pics. And then I seen that they had his mom picture, in a frame up on the chair, like if she's there watching them as well. And, they go and they have their reception and taking all their family pictures. And they just talk about having a happily ever after, right? Having a good life together, being able to build together, trying to work on a daggone baby and all that stuff and be happy. And I hope that they are. I really genuinely do. Don't come back either, y'all, okay? Go build, make y'all relationship, have y'all baby, and leave Love After Lockup alone, okay? Maybe give us an update in some kind of video, but don't come back on the show, okay? Now we move on to Kevin and Tiffany. Kevin and Tiffany. Kevin claimed he's so pissed off, okay? He's so mad, He can't even get Tiffany to talk to him. She won't hear nothing from him. She won't even let him get a few words out, okay? So he needs to go have a word with Miss Kayla and end this stress and drama once and for all, y'all. So he knock at the door and he asking her, how you doing? What's up? He like, yeah, I want to have a few words with you. I want to ask you some things. She like, okay, what's going on? So he's basically like, yo, was you going through my phone? Did you do something with my phone the other day? Why would you do that? Hold on, y'all. So she like, well, why you always out here with these bitches, okay? Why you always got to be in the streets? So he was like, yo, listen, I never went through your phone. I never been doing anything like that. You out of pocket. You out of place. You shouldn't have been doing that. And she was like, if you wasn't leading me on and playing all these damn games, then all this wouldn't be happening. She was like, it's not cool. I'm tired of it. I'm not going to keep on dealing with it. Either you're going to be with me or you're not. We've been going back and forth with this for over 7 years. So he was like, well, tell the truth and shame the devil, okay? Because you got everybody out here thinking I'm dirty and I'm so bad, or whatever the case may be, and everybody doesn't know what you did, okay? And so she started talking about how, when they had first met and she was with Kevin in the beginning, she can't lie. She got a damn ex that I guess act the same daggone way that she do, okay? Because she says he pops up occasionally back and forth, right? And there was some guy that she must have been talking to before him, and so she did Kevin dirty for this guy. And I was just like, so y'all just basically bouncing off of each other and treat each other the same damn way. Like I said a long time ago, they deserve each other. So then he started talking about, can we be cool? Can we even try for like a month, just having no drama, no fighting, no negativity, no nothing. He was like, that's what sends him over the edge and makes him do some of the things that he be doing. Sometimes it's not even about him being with a chick or anything like that. Sometimes he's actually just trying to hang out with friends and family, and she just be acting so crazy and jealous, and she gotta trust him and blah 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 boo 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 boo, okay? And so basically he was like, it's not gonna be perfect. Of course they will still go through their things. Nothing is perfect, right? And she tells him, well, you're perfect. And then they start kissing. I'm like, whatever. But I did notice that when they showed the old picture of Kev from back in the days with them two when they were younger, I guess, and first meeting the 7 years ago, he don't look as bad as he look now. So I was like, what the heck? Was he starting to use drugs or something? Because I don't know. Like, maybe it was just, a doctor picture, but he looked way better in that picture. Excuse me. Than he did in person. I'm just saying. So now we had, Miss Tiffany say she's also seeing someone, okay? She is actually seeing somebody named Thomas, who used to be a friend. She's basically saying, Kevin is trash. He's a womanizer. He's never going to change. She definitely don't want to be bothered with him no more. She's moved on. And, pretty much she wished him the best. And, may he be happy and all of that good stuff, because she's not looking back. So I said, okay, girl, I feel you. So now we get to Sean and Sarah, child. Sean was there playing with the baby, ooh, goo, goo, ga, ga, my little princess, you so cute and all of that. And his phone ring. Of course, it's Miss Destiny calling. Why is this number still not blocked? Why you still haven't changed your number? Only God knows, because it's Sean. So he answers the phone and he's like, well, why are you still calling me? And she's still telling him he owe her money, okay? He owes her 10 for the ring, 10 for the car. He's like, first of all, that was never her ring. That was never her car. She didn't put no money into it, which we all know that, okay? And at this point, Sarah's hearing it and she's like, who is on the phone, okay? Who the hell is on the phone? And, she comes and she take the phone because, mind you, Destiny called him on FaceTime and he got it on speaker. So it wasn't like if it was no hiding, then, she wouldn't be able to hear it or whatever. And she come and she looking at the phone like, yes, hello. And Destiny was like, oh, I'm Destiny. She's like, I'm aware of who you are. Okay, and what are you calling this phone for? Okay, you have no reason to call this phone anymore. I said, I know that's right, Sarah. And Destiny begins to tell her like, oh, well, he still owes me. She said, no, he doesn't owe you nothing. He doesn't owe you nothing. What is he supposed to owe you for? She was like, in reality, it doesn't work like that, sweetie, okay? We have moved on. We got married. We got our child. We got our own life. And that's where his money is at, okay? He don't owe you shit. And so at this point, Destiny tried to get cute. She's like, oh, you don't know everything. She's like, no, I do know everything now. She was like, because before, I'm saying, he got what he owed me. And Sarah cut her right off and was like, sweetie, there is no before. We was basically there the same time. When he was with you, he was with me. And it's only that you came out of jail a little bit before me. Okay, let's get that straight. And she was like, I know everything that happens with his money, because Destiny was trying to say that even this last time she was in there, he was still speaking to her and he was still sending her money. She was like, girl, you lying about that, okay? She said, because first of all, I'm the one that's in control of his money. We got a joint account. Anything he spends, I see it and I know about it, and I have to get the permission for it first. So it damn sure was not nothing sent to you. You's a lie, okay? And so here goes Destiny like, Oh no, well, I'ma still be getting it in the future. And my girl Sarah said, never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it. Okay, she went and vote on his ass. On her ass rather. I said, okay, Sarah, I know that's right. Never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it. Never get it, okay? And so Destiny talking about some, and Sarah went ahead and hung up the damn phone on her or whatever and was telling Sean, like, you gotta stop playing damn games with these people. You be being too nice and I've been being too nice with you, okay? They start getting into an argument, and in the meantime, Destiny basically was like, well, that didn't go the way that I wanted it to. I said, yeah, bitch, I bet it didn't. And then gonna talk about Sarah look like a man. I said, girl, she don't look no worse than you, okay? Go ahead and pay attention to that damn baby that you rocking back and forth in your arms and keep it moving. We get back to Sean and Sarah arguing, and she's just telling him, like, no more niceness, okay? Either you gonna get it together, you gonna stop taking damn calls from her, stop talking to her, or leave me the hell alone and go be with the trash. Period, point blank. Like, I'm done. And so he's basically saying that was her, all the stuff she's held in from all this time coming out, and that he can't blame her, and he didn't realize the harm of him answering. He figured that he would just answer and he would tell her about herself, and that would be the end of it. But of course it didn't go like that, and he went and sat his ass right down there on that damn couch because he don't want no problems with Sarah, okay? And so next up we have Chaz and Broadway, child. Chaz said he getting the hell up out of here, right? But he says he can't go right now because his flight is delayed. So Tony go ahead and FaceTime him as he's coming outside, and he's sitting outside, and he's telling her, thank you for letting him know all the things that was going down, because without her, he would have never known, child. Okay, they had him fooled. And so here go Tony talking about something. Oh, I really didn't want to cause no trouble, okay? I didn't want to cause no trouble. Okay, I didn't want to cause no pain. Yes, you did, Tony. We see you. We see you, girl. And we was here for it. Okay? And so basically, she also begins to tell him about Yola. Okay? Because why not give you some more tea? Why not tell you some more things that you may not know that's going down, Mr. Chaz? And so he was like, oh, wow, I heard a little bit about him, and I know that that's her ex, and he was locked up, and she was saying how she didn't want to go back to him and all of that. Now, in the meantime, we see him Broadway walking with Yola, and I'm just like, child, that's who you wanted? Like, I know Chaz is corny and everything, Lord, but whatever, to each their own. So, nonetheless, they sitting down and eating donuts and talking about how good it is, and she's saying she blocked Chaz on everything and all of that. And so, she tells Yola, like, yeah, she's definitely done with Chaz, right? She don't need to talk about anything else with him, right? And then Bronwyn talks about how she tries not to care about anyone, and she want to... and, Chaz want to lean in and take that time to give her a hug and console her, okay? I'll say, yeah, girl, Bronwyn, whatever. We over you and your damn crocodile tears, okay? And so Chaz basically was like, that's even more proof to him after finding out that Yola is back in the picture, that she is back to her old ways, right? And basically she gonna get what she deserves. And he basically was like, this has been a learning experience for him, okay? And he was like, in the future he would look for red flags. And he basically was saying, don't date an inmate, okay? And don't marry a prostitute. I said, I know that's right, Chaz, okay? Can't get more realer than that. And then he proceeded to cancel Broadway's service. And I said, should have been did that, Chaz. I ain't mad at you. He said, let him pay for that shit. I said, I know that's right. So Chaz says, he basically was just an overpaid John, okay? He paid way too much for the product. And if he could go on Yelp, he would leave a damn review that says it was not worth the damn price. And he basically threw the damn, wedding ring out in the damn water and was like, good riddance, goodbye, sayonara, see you later, peace. All right. And so I said, finally, Chaz, good for you, good for you, good for you, good for you, good for you. Do not turn back, keep going, okay? Continue to pass go, all right? And so last and hopefully final, child, okay, never, ever, ever come back, because I swear to y'all, I believed in the beginning that this story was fake. Then I was like, maybe it's real. Then I was like, at this point, I really don't give a damn. And now I'm back to feeling like it was fake, phony, fugazi foolishness, and I hope that they go ahead with their damn lives and never come back. And that is Brittany and Marcelino, okay? Basically, Marcelino finally makes his ass home, and he gonna say, is it too late for an apology? But at the same time saying he didn't do nothing wrong. She telling him he should just be honest, and he's like, there's nothing that I've been hiding from you. She's like, you really gonna sit there and keep saying there's nothing you're hiding from me? Like, seriously? She was like, that's the least you could do is keep it real with me at this point. I already know everything. And so he's basically saying that he hasn't cheated on her because she was asking, did he cheat? And he says that, he's clueless as to what she's even talking about. And he supposedly didn't know the prostitute girl that she was bringing up. And she says, you're a liar, you're a cheater, I have no respect for you, die lonely and depressed and a loser, okay? So she gives him these garbage bags and tell him to pack up his stuff. And he basically was saying, like, I got my own bags that I can pack. She was like, well, hurry up and pack it up, because if I do it, you ain't gonna like it. Some shit gonna go out in the trash. Like, that's it. I'm done with you. I want you out of here. But then she proceeds to go upstairs, and I get it, because when you in that rage, baby, that's what it be. She went upstairs and started packing bags anyway, even though she said she wasn't going to do it. Tossing them shits over the damn, balcony. Throwing everything everywhere. Proceeds to break, I think it was like their wedding picture. It was some picture of them. That shit broke all up. Glass everywhere. And he gets up and walks out the house. And then she's still yelling and screaming and going off. And in the meantime, he done took the camera out the car and threw that and told the cameraman to get out. And he drives off. So she's still thinking she cursing him out. And she's saying, get your ass up here, and get your shit. And then she realized, and she's like, he left? And they like, yeah. And she's like, that punk, yeah, I should have known he wouldn't have been able to stay and face it and whatever. And she just still keeps crying and packing everything up, Then she ends up calling him, and she's like, Mars, was it really that bad? Was I really that bad? Did I mess up that bad? I don't think I did, because I never disrespected you, and I never, cheated on you or anything like that. I never stepped out on you. He's saying no, he knows he messed up. He's saying he's sorry. He's saying that he will always love her. He will always have love for her. He will always try to be there for her, any way that he can. That's his kids, and she's the mother of his kids. She gave him beautiful kids, and that, he knows that he basically became a statistic and, messed his marriage up. But the next thing we seeing him go to freaking gamble, okay? I said, so that's your answer, Marcelino? He over here gambling, talking about, I don't know where this is going to go now. I don't know what direction it's going to be. I don't know what's going to happen. We seeing her packing up shit, saying that she's basically moving, and she's saying, I can't deal with this no more. I know that I'm always going to love Marcelino, and that life is hard, and we have trials and tribulations, and we grow apart. And sometimes you wonder and you forget why you fell in love with somebody, and y'all start putting the effort in, which is true. And she basically was like, what he did was messed up, but he's not a bad person. She's always going to have love for him, and she know he's broken just like she is. And hopefully one day he would basically learn and he would figure it out. But she was like, I just know that even though I'm always going to love him for the rest of my life or whatever, and I wish that I could still be with him, I can't, okay? I can't, and I won't, all right, at all. And she was like, I would not be able to be my best self and not be able to be a good mother if I'm mentally tormented. In the meantime, that she's saying that, she's putting all this stuff on this, U-Haul. And so she was like, the reality is that, we just can't be together. She said, I've done everything in Vegas. I've been homeless. I had nice houses. I had nothing. I had everything. I've been successful. I've been a loser. And that's true. We seen Brittany come from so far. And she was like, I'm just tired of it. And I'm saying goodbye. And that's the end of the chapter. And I'm beginning another. And then we get in this sad montage, y'all. All this music. Is it over now? And, flashes of them kissing and them in the pool with the kids and the house being full to the house being empty. I said, cut it out, y'all. Cut it the hell out. Seriously? So they doing all of that back, forth, in and out to show us all this, past stuff from them being on from the beginning till now. And it's like, This is probably part of the reason, if any of this stuff was true, that y'all went downhill, because y'all kept coming back up here for so long. Stay y'all asses away. You know, Marcelino want to be over here. I don't know what happens now and what the future holds. But, you know, if this is what it got to be, then I just got to take it and accept it and blah, 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 right? And we get all of that to find out that they asses moved away together. I say, yeah, okay, y'all. I wish y'all the best. Goodbye. Please don't bring y'all behinds back up here. You know, Brittany and Ray, they update was basically that they're spending their free time trying to do some baby making, okay? Taylor and Chance update was that they got a baby boy due in November, and that Chance is saying that they're getting married in 2023, but Taylor says she still got to think about that. The best news and the only news that I was actually happy to see is that Bobby is still sober, baby, and she is working as a certified nursing assistant in Arizona. I said, you better go, Bobby. Yes, I love to see it. Congratulations to you, girl. I wish you the best. Okay, you got away from these people and you doing what you got to do. Bravo, girl. Bravo. All right, she's a winner. I love it. And so the next update we got was that Amber, you know, and TC basically are planning their future. You know, Eric have finalized his divorce and he's planning on marrying Poppy in 2023. Kevin and Tiffany no longer speak and he is supposedly faithful to Kayla, okay? Tiffany is still seeing Thomas. Okay, good for you, girl. And Sarah says she was enjoying being a stay-home mom, you know, and vigilantly monitoring Sean calls. I said, girl, ain't nobody got time for that. Destiny is also focused on being a mom, and she is still trying to get money from Sean, child. Destiny's husband is still behind bars. You know, Bronwyn still ain't signed the divorce papers. Chaz basically is looking for his sixth wife. Chaz need to sit his ass down. Bronwyn got arrested for a parole violation, but is out again and is studying, okay? And Marcelino and Brittany asses moved to Florida to start a new damn chapter, and they're working on their marriage. I said, y'all better work on it and stay the hell away, all right? Lindsay ass was still in the damn freaking thing with, you know, Blaine, having a good old time. They living together. And, you know, who is it else? Deontay was still single, but still talking to damn Lindsay, still staying in contact with her. I said, Deontay, I'm going to find you and whip your ass for that, okay? There's no reason for you to stay in contact with Lindsay about nothing. But that was Love After Lockup, y'all. Y'all tell me what y'all thought about this freaking season. Are you as happy as me for it to be over, okay? Put it in the comments. Let's discuss. Like, comment, share, subscribe if you are so inclined. Okay, give me a wave. Let me know you came by. Put some flames up in the sky. All right, y'all. Till next time. Toodaloo.